Everything is about to go wrong. Naruto got sealed, Boruto got his scar, but this is just the beginning, as just like Momoshiki said, Boruto will start to lose everything in a blink of an eye. And it all starts with Sasuke, as unlike in the Code arc, Sasuke actually seems to be involved in the next upcoming fight that will happen. This only means one thing: we are counting the days before his unfortunate death will take place. Sasuke will be killed. There have been a constant amount of parallels between Boruto and Kawaki, just like Sasuke and Naruto had in the past. This is why I believe Boruto will be the one to take Sasuke out of the story, just like Kawaki did to Naruto by sealing him. I guess saying Boruto is not the right way of saying it. It would be better if I said that Momoshiki, while he controls Boruto, will be the reason why Sasuke ends up dying, but it will also be Boruto's fault in some type of way. Let's just jump into the theory. So first of all, we have to analyze the chest position that the leaf is currently in. I know I've been looking at a lot of chests now, I'm a guru at this point. But if we actually analyze and see everything that's happening, the leaf force might think that it is in a good position. Kawaki is low on chakra, Boruto seems to be safe at the moment even though he has a scar, and it seems like everything is going their way. The only thing they have to do is to track down Kawaki. Ida seems to be on their side, everything seems to be going good. Kawaki's low on chakra, so this might not take a lot of time. But it can easily be switched and chaos can just happen out of nowhere, because we have Code, Ida, and Momoshiki, who are truly unpredictable. Let's explain why Code is unpredictable. Code can pop into the village whenever he truly feels like it. I don't know if the possibility of him doing so is strong because of Ida being there, but it is still a genuine possibility. Then we have Ida, whose loyalty depends strongly on Kawaki, and if the entire leaf force is against Kawaki, I am not sure if she will also be against Kawaki, as she sees Kawaki as her only option. So if Kawaki goes against the leaf, Ida is likely to join. And then we have Momoshiki. Momoshiki is really unreadable. He can just pop in out of nowhere, do whatever he wants, just break everything that's happening. When everything seems to be going well, when the plan seems to be working out, we have Momoshiki who pops in out of nowhere to fuck everything up. That's what he keeps on doing over and over again. So right now, the leaf force is currently experiencing the silence before the storm. Everything seems quite peaceful in a sense, as they might believe that they are reaching the end of this battle by just getting Kawaki and potentially locking him up, but deep down there is still this unrest that everybody is feeling, as everybody is focused on Kawaki. And every time this happens, we have Momoshiki who pops in out of nowhere to mess everything up. Let me give you an example of this. Right after Ishiki was defeated by Naruto, Kawaki, and everybody who was involved in the fight, everything seemed to be good, everybody was ready to hug each other and go back home. And then we have Momoshiki who pops in out of nowhere, trying to wreak some havoc, trying to impose his dominance, trying to impose his plan, and do whatever he feels like doing so that he can do and accomplish what he wants. This is something that I believe Momoshiki could be able to do in this current scenario, as everybody is not really focused on him. We know that he did end up taking over and letting Kawaki go, but it seems like Boruto is back and in control. And the problem really lies there. Boruto has said in the past that he feels like he can channel and control more of Momoshiki's power. This is why he stopped taking the pills. But it really doesn't seem to have stopped anything. We have seen Momoshiki do whatever he wants, show his presence a little bit, which Kawaki did end up seeing, I think, in chapter 74, and we see him again in chapter 78 doing as he pleased. So I don't really think that Boruto has that much control over Momoshiki. But there's also one point to be made. Every time we have seen that Momoshiki took control, it is after Boruto has went through some sort of chaotic events in a physical term. Boruto has experienced some type of injury, one when he had a heart attack and then Momoshiki took over, and another time when Kawaki scarred his eye and then we saw Momoshiki take over and help Kawaki out. So it's definitely a possibility that Boruto needs to endure some type of physical injury before Momoshiki can truly take over. Yes, this could be the case, but we have seen other times, like like in chapter 74, when Momoshiki has shown his presence in a sense where Sasuke and Kawaki were able to notice it without even Boruto being able to be aware of what Momoshiki is doing. And we definitely know that Momoshiki has some sort of plan. And I believe that that plan will do Sasuke dirty. I believe that whatever Momoshiki is planning, I know Sasuke will be the butt of the joke. I know Sasuke will endure most of the problems that Momoshiki is about to wreak havoc to. Anytime Momoshiki pops in, he does Sasuke dirty most of the time. He took his eye. Sasuke first of all took Momoshiki's Rinnegan, then Momoshiki did the same to him. So I'm very interested to see what is going to happen when it comes to the battle between Momoshiki and Sasuke. That could happen for a second time. And this is what I am saying. There seems to be a big problem that the Leaf and Boruto are about to face. It is either going to be with Ida and Damien potentially turning on the Leaf village because their alliance is not with the Leaf, it is with Kawaki. They came to the Leaf so that they could chill with Kawaki. That's the main part of their alliance. If Kawaki isn't there, they are not truly on the same side. Kawaki is the bridge that allows Ida and Damien to be in the village without wreaking havoc. And then we also have Code, who could attack the village. This is definitely a possibility if Code sees that the village is under havoc and believes that this is a potential possibility of him coming to the village and just adding more problems to the village and just causing more attack and disturbance and chaos and all of that stuff. I definitely think that Code could do something like that. Or even we can see a possibility of the worst case scenario where Ida, Damien turn on the Leaf and Code also starts attacking. And this would lead Boruto with one option, and that is turning to the greater source of power. And that greater source of power is Momoshiki. We definitely know that Boruto has gotten stronger, but whenever we see Boruto in control fighting and then we see Momoshiki take over, we can always see the great gap between Momoshiki and Boruto's power. One clear example of this is in the Code arc. When Boruto tapped into the true essence karma, he was able to almost be on par and dominate a little bit of the fight. But when Momoshiki took over, it wasn't a contest at that point. Code was on the defensive consistently. He kept being defensive. Momoshiki was applying that pressure, almost basically killed Code and basically forced Code to come and join Momoshiki at a certain point because it was just the better side to be at. Momoshiki does seem to be on a different level than Boruto when he controls his abilities. This is why I believe that Boruto might be put into a situation where he has to turn to Momoshiki for help, just like Naruto used to do all the time. When Naruto was getting the treatment, he would go to Kurama and Kurama would give him some power because he didn't want Naruto to die. And Momoshiki has said that he will never let Boruto die ever again. So we could definitely see a time where Boruto turns to Momoshiki for help because he can't handle the pressure that's currently going on. And this would be a double-edged sword because this is what Momoshiki wants. Momoshiki wants Boruto to rely on him because when Momoshiki is given control by Boruto, he would have the chakra necessary to do whatever he wants. In the past, he couldn't really do what he wanted because Boruto had lost all his chakra, so he couldn't be as effective as he could have been. But now, where Boruto literally gives Momoshiki the option to take over, we could see Momoshiki fight with a lot more chakra. And this would just lead to bigger and bigger problems in the future, as potentially Momoshiki could end up solving one of Boruto's problems and dealing maybe with Ida or Damien or even Code. I don't know if it will happen, but it's just a possibility that he helps Boruto out. And after he does that, he goes and attacks Sasuke. And this is where we see a big fight between Momoshiki and Sasuke, where Momoshiki is probably just gonna beat him. It's not even probably, it's just gonna happen. Sasuke cannot fight versus these Otsutsukis. And I really want to see how. Maybe does Sasuke fight better without the Rinnegan? I doubt that because it was a nerf, but I could definitely see that Momoshiki just dominates the fight and Sasuke potentially has his last major moment, like what happened with Naruto. Sasuke has once said that he has to prove his resolve, like he said in chapter 79. His resolve is that when Momoshiki takes over, he will be the one to stop Boruto from going down the wrong path. Just like Naruto had in the past, he had his big moments and then he was completely removed in the story. Sasuke needs to have his big moment, his drastic moment where he carries on and follows his resolve before he gets removed from the story through a potential death, or maybe he is just injured and can't do anything. And this reminds me a bit of what happened in Jujutsu Kaisen. if you guys keep up and follow up with the story, Momoshiki and Sukuna are kinda similar. Because at a certain point, when Itadori was fighting an enemy that was just too strong, he gave away his body to Sukuna so that he could be able to take over and help him fight. But that backfired, where Megumi almost died, and then we saw Sukuna take away Itadori's own heart and destroy it, where he was forced into a pact between Itadori and Sukuna. This is definitely something I could see happening in the future, and I probably messed up his name. You feel me? I can't pronounce names for some odd reason, but you guys get the point that I'm trying to bring here. There's definitely a possibility where Boruto makes the mistake of letting Momoshiki take over and do whatever he wants, which will end up being a double-edged sword, where Momoshiki actually goes and kills Sasuke, leading to more death, leading to more chaos, leading to Boruto losing everything in a blink of an eye. One mistake from Boruto's side would just lead to everything going wrong. And this also leads to Sarada potentially awakening her Mangekyou Sharingan, because this is definitely a possibility. Sasuke dies, Sarada is there, and she definitely sees that and awakens her Mangekyou Sharingan. First of all, where is Sarada's third Tomoe? I have to say this. We need to see this in the anime if it is to get adapted. I don't want her to potentially see Sasuke die and then have the third Tomoe in the anime, but have the Mangekyou Sharingan in the manga. That would be weird. But going back, there is definitely a possibility that Momoshiki takes over, kills Sasuke, Sarada awakens her Mangekyou Sharingan, but then Boruto regains consciousness. He regains consciousness and sees blood on his hands. He sees and understands that he has killed Sasuke. This is something I believe that Boruto would not just be able to forgive himself like this. It was his conscious decision to give Momoshiki the ability to take over and do whatever he wants. So it is low-key his fault if Sasuke dies after the actions that Boruto ended up doing. This would cause Boruto to have to leave the village. I don't know if he would take the cape and the sword. I don't know exactly how it would be passed down, but Boruto can no longer stay in the village. If there's somebody that I see who will leave the village, it has to be Boruto in my opinion. I just can't see a way where Boruto stays in the village with everything that is happening, with Kawaki there and with him potentially killing Sasuke. And this is where I'm saying Boruto's mistake, Boruto being naive, will cause him to go down the wrong path. And this is a bit similar to the path that Kakashi went through. Basically, after Kakashi got his scar, just like Boruto did, everything went wrong. He lost Obito, he killed Rin and Minato. All the people who Kakashi cared about ended up dying. And it's going to be very interesting if Boruto, just like Kakashi experienced, loses everything right after getting his scar and Sarada awakens her Mangekyou Sharingan. We have to see them talk a bit about the past of the Uchihas. I could definitely see Sasuke in his dying words tell Sarada or potentially give Sarada his Mangekyou Sharingan and all the memories of everything that happened, where she learns the truth about her clan and everything that went down. But in the end, Boruto will have no friends. He will have no family. He will be all alone. And it will be at that moment where Momoshiki will come and take over and become Boruto Uzumaki, as this is what his plan is currently about. And if you want to find out what his devious plan truly is, watch the video right here.